this is going to be our video on, we've had a few of you ask for our ideas, thoughts, and it's also going to be like our 3-year team over the road review, I guess. Not really a review, just kind of our thoughts and opinions on that too. So we've actually made a list of everything we want to talk about. This comes into your planning thing. Number one for us is review the company you want to go to. You can never do enough reviewing. Before we came to Hummer, I was reviewing this company for 2 months, probably at least that long, at least 2 months.
No, you were trying to see if you could find anything bad and you couldn't.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was trying to find something bad on the company. Not because I didn't want to come here, but I just wanted to see, because there's always bad, and I just wanted to see what kind of bad. Was it like, you know, just people complaining because they were sitting, or were they complaining about the pay or the benefits, or were they complaining about the equipment? And I couldn't find anything. I mean, I even mentioned that to our recruiter. I told her, I can't find anything bad on you guys. And that's pretty remarkable, I think. But yeah, and then like Donna said earlier, though, what did you say about, you know, disgruntled people, though?
Yeah, you got to take the bad with a grain of salt, because they could have got fired, or they could have just quit on bad terms and then leave a bad review. So you got to look at that too. Yeah,
because I did find something where a past employee from here was complaining, was bad mouthing them. But come to find out, it wasn't the company. It was, you know, he had damaged a truck and didn't tell them about it. That was the only bad thing I could find on these guys. But yeah, just review the heck out of it. I mean, if you gotta go to, like, we're setting a pilot, go to a pilot and, you know, drive around. You see any of the trucks, talk to the drivers. Heck, we talked to a couple of them at Hahn. Hummer is huge at Hahn. We've talked to drivers at Hahn before we came here. We talked to them at Pilot. Yeah, we talked to receivers about them and shippers about them, and where we've seen their trucks. And I just reviewed the heck out of this place because we didn't want to make another mistake, because I told her when we came here, this was it. We were going to try it one more time, and basically if it went over like it did the first time, we were done. We were just going to get regular jobs. So yeah, our number one is review the company. Review the heck out of the company. Number two is meet the staff in the shop, especially the shop if they have their own shop. That's what we did here at Hummer. What, like 4 weeks before we even, 3 weeks before we even agreed to do an orientation. I actually called up there and I asked the recruiter, you know, if it was okay if we came up there and done like a tour of the whole terminal. So we done a tour of the office. We met some of the office staff. We went down to the shop. We met all the guys in the shop. We met the shop manager, and they had me there. I don't know about you, but
yeah, as soon as he said that as soon as you get a shake, let us know. Yeah, I was sold.
Yeah, that was huge. That was huge for us.
Yeah.
And this isn't a review on Hummer, by the way. I'm just, these are our
thoughts.
Our thoughts and opinions, yeah.
Because honestly, especially being a team, if you got a truck that shakes and vibrates, you're just going to be miserable, because you're not going to get any sleep. You're going to be constantly arguing and fighting because you're going to be sleep deprived. And that's a huge thing. I mean, solo guys, it don't matter if it shakes, because the truck's stopped when you're sleeping. Yeah. So if it shakes a little bit while you're driving down the road, oh well. It's
an irritation to you if you're solo, but as a team, this is our house. I mean, that's like living in your house and your house is just constantly shaking.
Yeah.
And trying to sleep like that? No, you can't do it.
Yeah, so as soon as, I mean, at the previous company, you tell them it's got to shake, and then they take it for a drive, and it's like, I can't find it.
I don't feel nothing.
I don't feel anything. And it's like, you know, it's so frustrating trying to explain to them why a shake is so important when you're a team, because because I mean, in fairness, they didn't have a team. We were the only team before. So I mean, to them, all they know is what the solo guys, you know, it's got to shake. Oh, we'll deal with it, you know. But it's really hard to sleep and be comfortable and get a good night's sleep or day's sleep when the truck is constantly shaking, because it just doesn't work. But yeah, as soon as he said we fix all shakes, I was
yeah,
sold.
They don't play games when it comes to shaking, the truck shaking or pulling or anything like that. He totally convinced me on that. But yeah, you want to talk to the shop manager and that, and talk to them about, you know, maintenance, and, you know, bring up like hypotheticals, you know, well, what happens if this happens? I mean, what do we do about that? And, you know, kind of interrogate them, I guess, in a way, just to kind of see what their answers are going to be, so that, you know, you can kind of see if that's the answers you're looking for. Because if it's not, then just move on, because you're just not going to be happy. And everything I asked them, it was, I mean, it wasn't, I mean, when I'd ask him a question, right there, he knew the answer. He automatically knew what they were going to do, because it's what they do. They actually do it. And what really impressed me about the shop is we had a couple of them even tell us, they said, we're only here because of you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't have a job.
Not us.
So no, not us particularly, the drivers. Yeah, I should rephrase that. But he said, if it wasn't for you drivers, we wouldn't even have a job. So if we don't take care of your trucks, we don't have a job. And I thought that was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that would be our number 2. Meet the staff and the shop, especially the shop if they have their own in-house shop. The other good thing about Hummer is their shop is their shop. They don't have customer coming off the highway and pulling in there and clogging, you know, the bays are all full, and then you go in to get something done, it's, oh, well, we're busy.
Yeah, you have to wait.
Yeah, your truck gets in there. Okay, our number 3, and we're listing these in order of what we feel is the most important thing when you go somewhere. Our feelings, not necessarily yours. Okay, number 3 for us would be the equipment, the trucks, the trailers, things like that. What do you see out on the road? Like TMC, everybody knows TMC, and everybody knows TMC's got amazing equipment, amazing trailers, amazing trucks. They're always pristine, and they have an amazing CSA score. So I mean, that goes right along with the condition of the equipment. Yeah, they should probably check
that too. I mean, if they're serious and want to stay with one company, they should probably check that too, because that does a lot.
Yeah, that's going to determine what you're hauling. I mean, we hauled a lot of nothing but crap. We was hauling just horrible loads. Some of the stuff we hauled was horrible. Lots and lots of hay. And the reason you're hauling those loads, you know, I don't know if they're crap loads. I shouldn't say that hay is a crap load, because everybody needs hay. You know, farmers need hay, blah, blah, blah. But the reason you're hauling those loads is because your company CSA score is probably crap. And that's the only loads they can get, because anybody will let you haul their hay. They don't care, you know, what your score is. But yeah, it's definitely one you want to check. But on the trucks and the equipment, see what you see out on the road. Again, you go through truck stops and kind of look around, you know, and kind of see what you see. And when you do a tour of the place, that's another good reason to do the tour, which I did when we was at Hummer, when we done the shop. We were checking out the trucks. And in fact, the shop manager took us out and showed us 2 or 3 of the trucks that were just sitting out on the lot. And they hadn't been all pristine cleaned or anything like that. He said, here's a couple trucks, you guys take a peek at them if you want to. But you could tell from the trucks that they were taken care of. I don't know how else to put it. I mean, you know, they had normal wear and tear on the inside from drivers getting in and out, things like that. But I mean, the trucks were well taken care of. So yeah, that would be my next one. My number 3 would definitely be the equipment, because we had so many issues with maintenance. That was right top of the list for me, which is number 4 for me, is maintenance. Not just, you know, I consider the trucks, you know, first, and then after that, I guess I would probably flip those. I would do maintenance as number 3, and then the equipment as number 4.
Well, yeah, because that's your job.
Yeah.
I mean, if your truck breaks down constantly, then you're not making any money.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, you know, I could drive an old ratty looking truck, but if it's maintained, then, you know, what's the big deal? I don't make more money because my truck is shiny or has got a big long nose on it, or, you know, whip antennas. I don't make more money because of that.
If it's driving down the road, then you're making money.
Exactly. I don't care if it's a 2000 or 2017 like we're driving. I don't care what the year is. I want it to look decent, but I'm not against an old truck as long as it's maintained, because if it's not maintained, you're just sitting.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So number 5 for us would be the benefits and the pay. And I know that's kind of low down on the list, but all those other things to us is more important than the pay and the benefits, because if everything else is good up above, then, you know, even if you have to drop a little for the pay, I think it's worth it to have a maintained truck. Because like we was talking before, the pay and the benefits kind of tie in with the maintenance and the condition or the trucks, because if they're not maintaining the truck, it doesn't matter if you're making, you know, $5 a mile. which is ridiculous. But I'm saying, if you know, it doesn't matter if you're making $5 a mile. If the truck's not maintained, you're sitting on the side of the road and you're not making any money. So, you know, pay is kind of down there a little bit for us. It really is. We make a little bit more than we made at the first place, but it's not, well, actually it's quite a bit more now, but with the benefits, once we added the benefits, things like that, but that's not the most important thing to us. I think it's maintenance. Yeah. We got so tired of sitting. Tire issues, stuff like that. It gets old so fast, and you're not making money when you're sitting. So, and then benefits, I don't know what to really say about benefits. That's completely up to you what you want for benefits, but we've got everything we need. Yeah. We've got health, dental, vision. We've got company paid life insurance, plus we added some onto that. We've got accidental illness insurance.
We got a lot.
We got a lot. There's more. I can't even think of it all. And we got a lot. And
it's still cheaper than what we were paying before. So.
For just medical.
For just medical,
yeah. We're getting all of this in a big package. It's kind of like an a la carte, because you can literally go through and you can say, I want this, I don't want that, I want this, I want that. And then they threw in, what was it, like $10,000 in life insurance, and then we said, okay, well, we want to bump that up to X amount. So you throw in a couple dollars a week, and now you're getting more. But benefits would be up to you. What you're comfortable with having. We know what we need, like our 401k, all that. We want all that because we're getting up there. We don't have a lot of years left to save, so we want that kind of stuff, and especially the health insurance. And then I just added this one because we was talking about it, but this would be more probably for solo, although I kind of miss it. Would be a rider and a pet policy. Talk to the company about a rider and a pet policy, because as a solo driver, I would absolutely want to have a pet policy, because I would have my dog with me every day. And I don't know, because I only drove local as a solo, but out on the road, I would want my dog with me. I think for
just companionship, if nothing else.
Yeah, companionship, safety. You know, you guys all know what happens at these truck stops. It doesn't matter if you have a Chihuahua on the truck. When you got the curtains closed, if somebody's going to screw around or try to get into your truck,
yeah, they're gonna let you.
If they hear a dog barking, chances are they're going to leave, because they don't know what's in that truck. And I think a pet policy is huge. I really do. I think it's huge. Unfortunately, we don't have one here, as far as I know. I guess I've never asked, but I think it said. Yeah. And I think that's unfortunate for the solo guys, to be honest with you. I really do, because I think dogs give you a lot of companionship for sure, and I think they give you a lot of peace of mind when you're in some of the shadier places. I know at the other company, like in Chicago area and that, we had our dog with us a few times, and it really makes you sleep better. We slept so much better knowing that she was in the truck with us, and if somebody tried to get in, she was there. So, but like I said, I don't think they have one here, which is unfortunate, I think, for the solo guys especially. But and then the rider policy is huge too, because if you're not into the pet thing, then as a solo guy, they do have a rider policy. I was talking about pets.
Yeah.
The rider policy is huge also, I think, when you're choosing a company. You know, you can take your wife or, you know, whoever, your mom, your dad, your kids, things like that. So I think rider policy is a pretty big one too. Kind of help you keep some of your sanity.
Yeah.
Now at the other company, we were able to bring our daughter with us, which we did a couple times. And we actually checked with the DOT on that. And they said, yeah, it's perfectly legal to have her and I and our daughter in the truck. They said it's perfectly legal to do that. And again, unfortunately, these guys don't allow that, but I would love it, because in the summertime especially.
For us being a team, they do it for solos.
Yeah, they do it for solos, but not as a team. You can't have that third person. And at the other company, we could. And that kind of stinks, because it'd be nice to bring Jen with us, or bring our daughter with us, you know, in the summer when she's out of school. She did go with us a few times at the other place, and she liked it. So.
And we had fun. She's fun.
Yeah, and it was fun. It was fun, and you know, then all three of us were together all week, and I don't know, it was a good time. But maybe we can talk Hummer into maybe letting us do that. Andrea,
are you watching?
And it is legal. We actually did check with DOT, and DOT said yes, it is legal. It's perfectly legal. So anyway, those are our 6. What do you want to call them? Our top 6 things that we would do if you're looking for a company.
My thing if you're thinking of doing a team, I want to bring that up before I forget.
All right.
Because I don't know how to. You gotta like the person that you're teaming with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you spend a lot of time with each other. And even with me and Dean, we get along amazingly. We hardly ever fight.
Ours is more, the times we get into it is more an irritation. It's not a fight. We usually,
it's like
we end up getting irritated. There you go. That's what I was going to say.
Or something, and then the other person says something and you just snap.
Yeah. It's usually one of those things where we'll have to go like 2 or 3 days straight, you know, and you don't really have time to stop. You just get fuel and go and go and go and go. And that's when we'll start getting irritated with, we get irritated with the situation, but you know, we're literally 5 feet apart, so you take it out on each other is what you do. Which you shouldn't do, but it happens, and everybody knows it happens.
Yeah, so you just gotta like, I mean, if you're not husband and wife, you've gotta like who you're teaming with.
Absolutely. Don't let a company just say, oh, hey, here, go with Fred. You don't know Fred. You don't know his attitude. You don't know his temperament. You've got to have, I don't know how you would do it, to be honest with you, if you just walked into a company and they assign you.
Well, I mean, if you want to be with somebody who you're not really sure about, then go to a trailer bathroom and sit with them for 24 hours and see how well you get along.
Yeah, just live in the bathroom with them for 24 hours. I mean, can you stand, you know, their hygiene, their
breathing.
Yeah, just their breathing, maybe their lack of hygiene.
Yeah.
Their bodily issues, things like that. I mean, it's all real, people. It's disgusting, but it's all real.
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff. You got to remember with your team that, you know, the guy next to you is going to be sitting there passing gas and all this. He might not be the cleanest person, or she might not be the cleanest person in the world, and they don't know what deodorant is, and there's a lot of things you got to think about. Don't just think, oh, he seems like a really cool guy, this is going to be fun. Because there's a lot of other things you need to think about too. Now we're going to go on to just kind of our thoughts, I guess, and opinions on it, what we think of it.
I'd rather be, I mean, just like now, where you're on your 34 and I'm on my 10, I love it. Because we're able to stop, we're able to go in and walk around and shower and relax, and
yeah, it's nice.
It's nice to have that break.
But at the same time, if you're trying to make money,
you can't stop.
You can't stop. Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
It's like a catch-22.
You want the money,
really is,
but you want to stop also. But every time you stop,
you don't make any money.
You don't make any money unless these tires are turning. They're not paying you. So yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I mean, I like stopping. I like being able to, like this. We're just able to just sit here and relax and do a quick video for you. And you know, we went in and got a shower and we got some breakfast, and then we went over this evening and got something to eat for dinner, and it was nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the back of your mind the whole time you're thinking, yeah, it's nice, but you know, we're not making any money right now. We're just sitting here. We're spending money, but we're not making any money. So yeah, I guess that'd be my thing. Yeah, it's a catch-22 for sure. But beyond that, it is nice, money-wise, for teaming. The money is very good. If you're willing to sacrifice
home time.
Well, I was gonna say like stopping and having a nice relaxing sleep where the truck's not moving and stuff like that. If you're willing to sacrifice that kind of stuff, because we don't sacrifice home time. We don't sacrifice any more home time than a solo would.
No, not really.
I mean, these guys are amazing about getting us home. They've just been amazing about getting us home. I can't complain about these guys and our home time. At the beginning, when we leave out on Monday, we send in a macro on our Qualcomm saying, this is when we want to be home, which we usually put Friday at 6 p.m. And then we also, on that same one, you put what time do you want to leave out next. So we put Friday at 6 p.m. we want to be home, and Monday at 6 a.m. we're willing to leave again, and they stick to it. You might get home a couple hours, you know, you might get home at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock one night, but you put in your time, and when you put in your time, just consider that. Do I want to be home at 6, or is it okay if I'm home by 9? Because if you want to be home at 6, then put that you want to be home Friday by 3 or Friday by 2 or whatever. Give yourself that few hours, because dispatch can't do nothing about you sitting at a dock because the receiver's loading or unloading
Traffic,
you slowly, or a shipper
weather.
screwing around. You know, they're out back smoking cigarettes because they're going home in a couple hours. They don't care about you getting home. Yeah, traffic, weather, things like that. With us teaming, being husband and wife, for us it's ideal, because every mile that we drive in this truck goes into our pockets. I'm not having to split it with, you know, John over here or whatever. I'm not having to split the miles with him. All of our miles goes into one bank account. So to me, that's amazing. And we've just got it set up so that they just split our miles in half. Each of us gets half.
Well, with us doing this, I mean, honestly, we can't go anywhere, even with a college degree, I don't think.
No.
And make the money that we're making now.
No.
I mean,
we've got plenty of professional friends that are even impressed with the numbers that we pull in.
Yeah, we have a couple people that even own their own business.
And they're even impressed with the amount of money that we make teaming. And it's, we don't leave until Monday morning, and we're home Friday. I mean,
well, besides this week.
At the other company, we come to realize that money isn't everything, because we were just running ourselves. We were literally running ourselves to death. I mean, I'm not even exaggerating. We were running ourselves to the point where we wasn't getting a shower the entire week.
I was so tired, I was like having mental breakdowns.
Yeah, we were having no time to stop for food because the dispatches were back to back to back to back. You know, you drop one and now you've got 3, you know, you got another dispatch and you got 10 hours to get there, but here you are sitting with 8.5 hours on your clock. That's what it was. So we were just going like mad constantly to get those miles and to get that money, but it was just pointless. We were chasing that money for nothing because we was literally killing ourselves. We're making the same money, actually more money here, and you guys have seen the change in us. I mean, I know they've seen it because I can feel it in myself and I can see it in us.
I mean, we're constantly bickering over dumb stuff. I mean,
stupidest little thing. I mean, something on the floor and it's like, it just blows up into this huge thing because we're just exhausted constantly getting home on, you know, thinking Saturday mornings and then leaving again Sunday morning. And in that 24 hours, you're trying to get your laundry done, your grocery shopping done, spend time with your family. It was crazy. It was crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I think for any company to expect that, unless the driver wants that, for them to expect that of you is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, and the first time somebody tells you that, well, it's the life of a trucker, you need to smack them, throat punch them, and then
it's
walk
not
away.
because any decent, legitimate company, they know that, you know, this is our job. I know everybody says it's a lifestyle change, which it's definitely a lifestyle change, but this isn't Donna and I's life.
No, it's a job.
This is our job, which we thoroughly enjoy now, but it's still just our job. We have a life, and that's at home with our kids. So we just made that decision, is what we did. We just decided, you know, do we want to keep just killing ourselves, not seeing our kids, not doing this and that, or do we want to go somewhere else and try it again, and then if it doesn't work out, then we're done with it. And I'm 100% happy with how it's went so far. One of the huge lessons I've learned is if you don't want to run, you know, 14 days out, then find a company that doesn't. There's so many companies now that are doing the 5 days out, 7 days out, 14 days out. I think here at Hummer they do, it's either 5 or 14, isn't it? I think it's 5 or 14. 5 or 10, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, find a company that does that, and that way you can be home and you can spend time with your family and having a life. That's the biggest thing, is having a life, because this job can really run you down. Even here, you're still gonna get, we'll get burned out, or there's weeks we do get burned out because, and it's not the company, it's the traffic and the weather and the shippers and the receivers, and you just get so frustrated that you start getting burned out. So being home every week for us is huge. It gives you that time to just wind down and then start back over again the following week.
Well, my thing is, when I was talking to my mom last night, because I'll talk to her once in a while, you know, and she'll ask me this question, aren't you getting tired of this? And you know, 6 months ago, when she asked me that, I was like, yes, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. And she asked me that again last night. And my answer was like completely different. I was like, you know what? No, I'm not. I mean, since we've been here, your feelings have changed a lot. I mean, before it was like, yes, I got to get out of here. I gotta be done. But
it's like a whole different side of trucking at Hummer.
Completely night and day. And that's why I said we're not doing another Hummer review. But
no. We're just talking about the company we work for. I mean, these are our feelings of where we're at now compared to where we were 6 months ago. Because where we were 6 months ago was, I'm done.
Yeah.
We're gonna go get another job. We're just gonna get regular day jobs like all the other folks out there.
Yeah,
because I can't do it anymore.
You've got to honestly choose the right company, because the company can make or break you. It can either lift your spirits or knock you down to ground level. And
oh yeah,
when that company starts doing that, you've got to go.
This was like my life dream, was to drive truck. I've always wanted to drive truck my whole life. And when a company can tear you down to the point to where you actually hate your dream, it's time to move on. And that's what I was at. I was literally at the point I was like, I hate this. I hate everything about trucking. I hate shippers. I hate receivers. I hate everything. Just people in general. And it wasn't the shippers, and it wasn't the receivers, and it wasn't the traffic, and it wasn't that. It was everything combined just building up on us. And yeah, so
you got to find the right company for you.
Huge, you guys.
If you don't, it's not going to work.
No. And if you have to go through a couple companies to get to the company that suits you, and like she said, this isn't about Hummer. It could be, we got Martin and Roadrunner and TMC and all these other guys. If the company that fits you is what it's got to be. It can't be the company that, we or Johnny Be Good or Indiana Jack or Allie Knight or any of those other drivers out there. It can't be the company that they tell you about or that they are having good luck with. It's got to be the company that fits you. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
And if it's Hummer, hey, go for it. Yeah, because we're loving it so far. I mean, just know what you're getting into when you do over the road, though. I mean, you're eating in your truck, you're sleeping in your truck. I mean, this is your home. This is your home. So make sure that those trucks have, inverters. Make sure they've got refrigerators, and make sure that, it's got everything that you need. We have.
And if it doesn't have an APU, make sure you're allowed to idle the truck. And
huge thing. Yes, because we don't have APU, but we are allowed to idle the trucks. If you need air conditioning or you need heat, well, we do have bunk heater. We do have bunk heat, but we don't have air conditioning when the truck's shut off. So, yeah, make sure that you can idle your truck. Make sure of that, because it gets so hot in these trucks in the summertime.
Well, yeah, and I can explain that one, because last year we went down to Mississippi. Our truck broke down, so they put us in another truck, and they assured us
that the air worked.
That the air worked in the truck.
Which we never tried, because when we left, it was like in the 30s in this part of the country.
So we get down to Mississippi, it's 95 degrees down there.
No air.
No air conditioning in the truck. Dean ends up having heat stroke.
Yeah.
It was bad. I mean, it was a bad day, and so.
Yeah, make sure the truck's got what you need.
The air works in the summer.
Yeah.
The heat works in the winter. Just try everything out.
Yeah. The thing I liked here is we have an inverter that we actually purchased that we had to buy. We also had a refrigerator that, well, I think I've got 3 of them that we had to buy because the trucks didn't have them in it. These guys have inverters. They have the refrigerator. You're allowed to idle your truck for air conditioning. Yeah, make sure you got everything in that truck that you think you're going to possibly need. Our biggest thing was inverter and refrigerator. Biggest thing for us was those 2 things. Because you're out a week.
In the truck.
Yeah, we don't do the truck stop. We eat at Subway, things like that, like tonight. But we bring food with us. Food that you have at your house. We bring hamburger and sausage and eggs and all that kind of stuff. We cook in the truck because that saves you a ton of money. That I do know one thing that I'd like to throw in here while we got them on here is I know probably a lot of them that watch us also watch Indiana Jack. So I would like to see some of them do some videos like they do for Indiana Jack. The little cut-ins that Indiana Jack, if any of you know Indiana Jack, you know what I'm talking about. They do little cut-ins and he throws those videos in there. It kind of gets you in the video. I don't know. I think it makes you feel a little more part of it, I guess. Yeah, Indiana Jack, I've been watching him since day one. I love Indiana Jack. He's a great guy. But yeah, I'd like to get some of those
Indiana
videos
Jack
together.
is what got me into driving.
Yeah. His attitude.
Yeah.
It amazes me, his
And
attitude towards trucking. He's just, yeah.
What got to me, and it's really stupid, but when he would like turn and the turn signals were so loud in the camera, and he had a Volvo.
And he still does.
And now I notice when we're driving and you're doing the video and I'm turning or something, I could hear the turn signals. It's the little things that make me laugh.
Yeah. Well, something's got to. So yeah, if you guys want to do any of those little cut-in videos, feel free to do them, and you can send them over to me, and I'll throw them in the videos. I don't have nothing against that. You guys want to throw together some outros or whatever, I'll stick them in there too. Whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna get this edited. Donna's got to start driving here pretty soon.
About a half
We're gonna head out of here about 8 o'clock tonight. That's about a half hour from now. So other than that, if there's any other questions you guys have, we'll honestly do the best we can to answer them, and we'll be honest about it. I mean, if it's a bad thing, I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you the truth. I don't care. So yeah, other than that, I guess that's it for our ideas and thoughts and opinions on truck driving.